Too Much, Fine Less. I'm one of your hosts, Deanna Giletti, here
and I'm
with...
the other one, Sarah Esther Ross.
That's us.
That couldn't be more perfect.
That's honestly perfect. I want to thank every single person for calling in
Yeah.
and texting us. We love all of your messages. We love all of your text messages. And at the end of our show, we like to go through your voicemails and texts and kiki with you all. We want you to be part of the show. So make sure you are always calling in, texting in your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs.
Your
What
hopes
else do
and
you want?
dreams and
your hopes and
desires.
dreams. Your girl dinners.
Oh, are you listening to Girl Dinner?
Girl Dinner. Of course I'm listening to Girl Dinner. Are you listening to Girl Dinner?
I am definitely on Girl Dinner TikTok.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love the song specifically. I wonder if I have it.
Oh, we're playing.
Like I save it for purposes like okay, like
I call this girl dinner. Girl
dinner, girl dinner, girl dinner.
Wow,
And then the freaking vibrato at the end. God,
she's a vocalist.
What's her name?
Singer of the Century is her
It's
name.
Karma Pilled?
Karma Pilled.
Karma Pilled or Karma Piled? I think it's Pilled. Pilled.
Okay,
Karma.
well, all credit to you. We love you, and we are girls who eat dinner.
Yes, Girl Dinner. Well,
Lock that in.
a lot of people don't know what Girl Dinner means.
Okay. Go ahead.
And
Explain
it's gotten a bad rap too, because I have seen some of these people like come up with like they're using the audio and they're like holding a popcorn kernel and they're like girl dinner, and it's like, no babe, that's an eating disorder.
Oh my God, I've never seen that.
No. Like, yeah, it's been a thing. It's been a thing on TikTok. It's like, no. That's not what girl dinner means. No.
That's toxic culture.
Toxic culture. Toxic culture. Toxic culture. Yeah.
And definitely not a girl dinner.
Girl dinner means, if you are not up on the topic, is like you don't want to cook, and so you just open your refrigerator and you pull out different things that you're going to want, and you put them together, and it's girl dinner.
And it's, yes.
What's your girl dinner? Like
Okay, I can tell you what my girl dinner was literally yesterday.
Okay.
It was all of my leftovers from my birthday party, which was a while ago. Don't judge girl dinner. That's one of the rules of
that
girl
is
dinner.
rule of girl dinner.
Girl
Don't
dinner.
judge girl dinner.
That's right. So it was like a little piece of chicken piccata, but it was also focaccia bread, and it was also a little scrambled up charcuterie board with hot flaming Cheetos and a glass of wine.
That is girl dinner.
That's
girl dinner.
Fierce.
Yep.
Loved that.
My girl dinner always has a little bit of raspberries in it. I always have raspberries in my fridge, and I try to eat them before they go bad. It's like a game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it I'm like, oh my God, I got to
Oh, I know it all too well.
My girl dinner usually has the cups of macaroni and cheese, not the one that you put in the microwave and for 3 minutes and they boil and it ruins your microwave because it overflows. You know what I'm talking about? Your earring fell out again.
And that's girl drama.
Yeah.
Girl drama. Anyways, keep going.
No, and so always macaroni and cheese, the bowl, not cooking
You're
it
not
on the
taking
stove.
it out of the box.
Absolutely not.
You're not taking it back.
Who
You're
has
not doing
time
the
for that?
water. Please, Italians. Do you have time for that? But I hear you. I hear you on that.
And then I put a little bit of hot sauce in the macaroni and cheese.
That's an elevated girl dinner.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. You're putting
I
hot
always
sauce in
have
there.
hot sauce in my fridge. Wow. And I like 3 different kinds of hot sauce. I never
Okay.
know which kind of hot sauce mood I'm going to be in.
Interesting. So you're a spice kind of gal.
I love flavor spice. I'm not looking forward to like burning my mouth off.
Okay.
Like I'm not one of those spices, but I love like Indian food is some of my favorite, but I'm white. So I'm not going to like trick myself into thinking I can do a 10. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I always go for like the 4.5, 5, maybe 6 if I'm feeling a little frisky.
Wow.
But
I am such a...
do you go all 10?
No.
Oh.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
You don't like
my stomach
spice?
is gurgling thinking about
You don't
10.
spice.
Like,
You don't
what
do
does
spice.
10 even mean? Do you know what I mean?
No, 10, you're you will explode.
Exactly. So we're staying away from that for me. No, I can't handle spice at all. So much so that one time I went to Subway and they accidentally put one jalapeno on my sandwich and I bit into it. The juice went on my skin. And burnt my skin. My body physically cannot handle spice. And then if there's accidental spice in there, whoa, it feels like smoke's coming out of my ears. Call me whatever you want to call me. I can't have spice.
That's okay.
But
That's
I
okay.
respect that you can.
I mean, I've learned the hard way. I went full in when the first time I had Indian. I think, and I know everybody in the restaurant was laughing at me like,
Really?
oh, little white girl,
Like, oh,
you don't
she
know
thought
what
she
you're
could do
doing. You don't know what you're doing. Because I just said, I was like, make it how you eat it. I want to try and I almost didn't make it to the bathroom. Like
it was that bad.
My poor booty hole was on fire for at least 3 days.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Like it was like
It was one of the
immediate.
times where I almost pooped my pants.
And that's what spice can do to you. You know,
Don't mess with spice,
don't
babe.
mess with spice.
If you can't handle it, if you don't, now I feel like I've worked my way up to I could probably like prepare myself for it, but I was just like, arrogant and like, yeah, give it to me, baby.
I can take it. And you're like, okay.
Oh, I cannot.
I don't even think I could name to you 3 hot sauces. Sriracha. That's that. Frank's hot. That's
Frank's
true.
hot's great. Yeah.
And that's it. That's where I cap out.
Okay. I don't think I know the names, but I could tell them by color.
Oh. Okay.
I have 3 hot sauce bottles in my fridge right now. One is really red. That's like more like the Frank's. One's like medium red, and then one's like super dark magenta, and that's like
Depending on your mood.
It's like butter hot sauce. Like, oh god, it's so good. Like my mouth is watering.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm hungry.
Hot sauce in my bags.
Girl dinner. I love
And that was a
them.
shout out to Beyonce because it is her birthday this week, September 4th. Happy birthday, Beyonce. I wonder what her girl dinner is.
How do you know that? Her girl dinner is like caviar,
Yeah.
a little amuse-bouche. and,
What? Amuse-bouche?
Amuse-bouche. It's French.
Bush.
Amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche.
Oh my god.
What is it? What is she saying? Do you know what she's saying?
It's a palate cleanser.
It's a palate cleanser.
Oh my god.
That tastes
Maybe
like-
it's not. Shit. Am I just using
If
words that I don't know?
Beyonce is eating it, I would like it as
Okay,
well.
hold on. Let me look it up. Amuse-bouche. It's French.
She said that into
Amuse-bouche
Siri.
is a small savory item of food served as an appetizer before a meal. I knew it. It's a
Wow.
palate cleanser, it's a little bit.
And is it like
A little-
fruity?
A little bit. No, it's a savory item.
it's a
So it's
savory, like this,
usually like,
palate cleanser.
salty or like sweet.
Ah, okay. I don't know.
What's the definition
not
of savory?
Beyonce.
Oh my God, are we just looking up words? This is the episode where we look up words.
That's right.
Savory is an aroma and reading is hard.
Very hard.
I'm just a girl. I don't read.
Gets canceled immediately.
An aromatic plant of the mint family used as a culinary herb. That's what savory means. Are we all using this word incorrectly? It's an adjective of food belonging to the category that is salty or spicy rather than sweet.
Got it.
I knew I wasn't
There
a
we go.
complete idiot.
No,
I knew I knew things.
You do a lot of things. You knew amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche.
You knew.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun to say?
Very fun. And I will continue to
Amuse-bouche.
say it.
And it amuses my bouche.
That's literally what I thought you were going with it. I was like, are you joking?
Are you making things
you
up
making a
to
joke?
make me laugh? Yeah.
Amuse-bouche. Okay, yeah.
So definitely
That would be
Beyonce is amuse-bouching it up.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah,
That feels
her
right.
girl dinner.
You know, I've also seen girl dinners is like just like glasses of wine, but like those are bits as well. You know what I mean? When
Yes,
people are like,
I
rosé,
know.
like, girl dinner.
You know, going back to the whole like Colonel thing, they're probably laughing and making fun of it too.
Yeah.
But at the same
hope
time,
so.
like people have real eating issues
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a girl dinner thing.
Right.
It's not.
No,
That's
girl,
not what-
girl
that's
dinner
not what
is
girl dinner means.
smorgasbord of food
Yeah.
that you scramble together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And I know this well. Chase is the chef of my house, my boyfriend Chase. He cooks dinner. So if he, for some reason, is not cooking dinner and I have to fend for myself, woo! We're getting a lot of random things that I can find. You know what else I'm probably grabbing? Definitely grabbing a Diet Coke. If it's my way, Diet Coke is mine.
I
What else
like
am I eating?
Coke Zero Cherry.
Ah, you're a cherry gal.
Oh God, I love cherry. That's honestly the only time I'll drink soda anymore because I've kind of like gotten myself off of soda just in general. But
Wow.
if it has cherry mix in it, I'm like sold.
Oh,
I want it.
yeah. Okay.
I want it bad.
What a healthy habit of you to get rid of soda. That's like my goals. I really need to kick soda because I don't know. One day I was like, sure, I'll have a Diet Coke with that. And now I need a Diet Coke with that. Do you know what I mean?
It's addictive.
It's addictive. So I would love to wean myself off it. Maybe I'll make that a goal this month.
Did you know they used to put cocaine in soda?
Yes.
Like back in the day?
yes.
I
As
always-
a joke. They did it as a joke.
As a joke?
Yeah. Well,
No, I thought it was like in the directions.
yeah, you may be right. You may be right. You may be right. Actually, I'm getting this. I'm getting my knowledge that I said
As a
so
joke. Like, that's not a funny joke, Coca-Cola. Not funny.
The second I said that, I said, Deanna, where did you learn that from? And then I was like, oh, a TV show.
Isn't that
I was
weird?
watching Narcos, and there's like one part in Narcos where they're like, yeah, they had so much cocaine, they started throwing it in Coca-Cola as a joke. And then I thought that was fact. So I actually have nothing to back that up. So, anyways.
Well, if you think about it, that's how everything is made up.
You know what I mean?
You know, things are made up, and then people start to believe it, and then it's real.
And then next thing you know.
Next thing you know, religion. And made
You
up.
know what? But she did get there, and that made sense.
It always comes back to religion for me.
You know, I had someone, by the way, just throwing it out there. I had someone come up to me and say that they had a lot of religious trauma growing up, and they really appreciated listening to the episode, and they really liked you opening up about it because it's something that they can't really talk about. And they really appreciated hearing you say that because she was like, I may not be ready to talk about it yet, but it helped me, again, like bring levity to the situation. So just shout out. If you haven't heard our last episodes, go back and listen to them.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
I think we were talking about marriage and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. I actually have found a community specifically on Instagram, and the topic is called deconstruction.
Great.
Deconstructioning our brains, because if you were raised in any sort of religion, and I was raised highly evangelical Christian, but I firmly believe that any religion that you were raised from at birth, even if you don't agree with it anymore, it's still inside of you. I struggle with this constantly of like things that I'm putting on myself that I learned from as a child. And it's just like, wait, I don't believe that anymore. Why would I feel bad about that? Why would I make myself feel bad? And it's because I haven't deconstructed my brain from that part of my raising.
Yeah.
And now I'm in therapy. Go to therapy, everybody.
We love therapy.
And I've found a therapist that specifically works with deconstruction,
That's great.
and she's rocking my world.
Yeah.
It rocking my absolute world.
And you're putting in the work. You're putting in the work on yourself. You're putting in the work on healing your past too.
If
Like, that's
anybody
huge.
is
That's
going
huge.
through this type of thing, I would highly suggest you find either a community to help you or a therapist that specializes in, because it's too hard to do by yourself. It's too hard.
And you don't have to.
And you don't have to. I mean, ain't that the fact?
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything alone.
Right.
you
Let
don't-
the people who like literally went to school for this and want to help you, let them help you.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I think about this all the time, because you grew up, we talked about this, like you went to college for this, right? Like
I studied, my minor is in religion.
in religion. Do you, religion as in just all the religions, or is it like,
Well, what the focus came from was demonology, which is so wacky, but like I started taking demonology classes, and I was so fascinated by it that they were like, you know what? If you take 5 more, like you get a minor. And I was like, lock it in.
Lock it in.
And then I just started to learn more and more about.
So there was no like theology involved in it, like theology like based on like the like a religion and like where it comes from and stuff like that.
We went over
Bible
a little bit of
stuff.
theology, right? But they were not. Our teachers were not like priests or rabbis. They were not teaching us the scripture and saying you need to follow this. It was
were
more like
witches.
they were witches.
They were witches.
They
oh my
were,
God, I love a
joined
good
the coven.
witch. Do you? I love this. I saw this on Instagram once of like, hey, be a woman that if you were born in the 12th century, you would be burned as a witch.
Ooh, I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Oh,
Be that kind of a lady.
she talks too loud. Burn her. She's a witch. Like,
Because that's all the best qualities.
it is all the best qualities.
Yeah.
I love a good witch.
I love a good witch.
I
love
actually
spooky season.
I actually got, speaking of sides of TikTok, I got on Witch Talk. There is a Witch Talk because of my song Savage Daughter, my cover Savage Daughter.
Ooh.
Clear that up. I will. It's not my song. I covered it. Anyway, and it got so popular on TikTok that it like Witch Talk uses it all the time, and so
And what do they
I get tagged.
do there
Crystals.
on that side of TikTok?
They talk about witch stuff.
Okay.
I don't know actually. Again, I'm on that side, but I mostly just see the videos that my song is tagged in.
Okay, got it. What side of TikTok are you on?
Right now, I'm on the Billie Eilish lady singing
I know
singing
exactly
her
what you're
song
talking about.
TikTok.
Ah, yes. Can you give me a little preview of that, please, Sarah?
I have it. I save all the videos.
Wait,
like
I'll start it. When did it end?
Although enjoyment, I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend. I love how she says my boyfriend.
That was
My
immaculate.
boyfriend.
My boyfriend. Yeah, that was a 10 out of 10.
It's God, I love TikTok so much because it just puts me on these and every video I'm just astonished, and now people are mimicking it and in love. They're not making fun of her because
no, it's admiration.
And then I saw literally today coming here, I saw the video of last week Billie Eilish on stage singing that version, and she's laughing, and I'm just like, this is TikTok. This is the beauty that is TikTok. It got all the way to
amazing.
Billie Eilish herself.
Yep.
And she sings it. It's so funny.
It's so funny.
She
did so good. I actually saw I only saw a few remakes of that video, but I saw Broadway cast doing it.
Yeah, me too.
Back to the Future, the musical on Broadway, they all like sang it. It was really funny. It was really funny. It was really good. And it's like we all like hop onto these bits.
Yep.
We're just like, oh, that's a funny bit. And then there's like a community of people. If you're on that side of TikTok, we're all like, yep, like this is our humor, guys. Like
For the longest
inside
time,
joke.
I thought I didn't want to do that. And now I can't do that because the videos don't do well enough because I have, you know how TikTok like puts you into this box.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
true.
if you try to like jump out of the box, they're like, fuck you,
So,
no
what do you mean?
views, you know? And so like it's hard for me to like do different audios, like lip sync. Like if I'm not singing and if I'm talking, if my face is not in the whole video, they don't do well. And I don't know how this works. And I probably could just like push through and maybe like do better if I did it more kind of thing. But I've always wanted, because it's one of my favorite things about TikTok, of realizing how funny people are. And I call them like normies, like they're normal people.
Normies.
Yeah, they're not entertainers, they're not comedians, they're not musicians, they're just funny people.
Yes.
And TikTok has given them an environment to just like be creative and do stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, people are so fucking funny.
And they've hooked us up with an algorithm who gives us all our kind of funny people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Like, I'm sure not everybody has seen the video we're talking about.
Yeah.
The Billie Eilish, the girl that like sings that song. But the people who
Oh
do
God,
think
I
that's
doubt
funny,
it.
and
It was
that bit-
huge.
It was huge.
It was
huge.
everywhere.
I'm not gonna lie, it was on my For You page. But I haven't seen like all of the videos. The way I saw it was through the Broadway people who posted it. That's how I never saw the original until I went through their page.
Because you were like, what is this? And you have to go back and see the original?
Yeah. I was like, they're having
that.
so much fun. Like, whoa, what kind of version of a song is this? And then I went back and I was like, I understand.
Now we get it.
Okay.
Now we're on board.
Yes. Yes.
But that's the thing. I when I first started TikTok and I was like, oh, as a comedian and as a person who like claims I'm an artist and I'm trying to be creative and put out original stuff, I have a hard time jumping onto bits because I view it as copying.
Okay.
Like, but it's not. It's not. It's putting your own spin on it and stuff like that. And there was a lot of that at the beginning of TikTok of people not understanding like lip syncing, like you didn't credit the original, and it's just like, babe, click on the audio.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
No, you're right.
That's
In the beginning, it was like
quick.
everybody was kind of figuring out what it was. I was like, at first, I thought it was an app where we all did the same joke. I thought that's what it was. So I saw somebody do the joke, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're doing the joke like that. And then I was like, oh, I see. It took me a minute too, but it was like at the beginning, you know. And I guess you could say the same with the dances, right? Like Charlie was doing the dance, and then you would see all Charlie, my girl, Charlie
Where did
D'Amelio.
she
I don't know why I
go?
just was like, I know my girl C, Charlie D'Amelio.
Where did she go?
What do you mean? She's like the most famous.
Charlie. Okay, she's never on my For You page anymore. Like
I don't see dancing like anymore at all. Actually,
Maybe that's okay. I
Which
don't either.
That's why I assume, because she's the dancing TikToker. So I first she was all over it because she was setting this precedent. Like she would do someone else's dance and then they would all do them, and it became like the most popular dance.
So she's
she
still
did.
famous. Like she's still
She's
like,
still famous.
Her
Her and
family
her whole
still
family came out with a shoe line. That's the latest I know of them.
a shoe line.
A shoe line. Charlie D'Amelio
Are they for
shoes.
dancers?
They're not for dancers. She won Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
She was on Dancing with the Stars with her mom, and they came in the top whatever, but Charlie won.
wow.
That's what I know of. But yeah. She still is, our face
Okay,
of TikTok.
so I'm just not I'm not watching.
I
I'm
think
just
your
not in the-
algorithm literally went.
Yeah.
This is what she wants to see. Although enjoyment.
Although, yeah, I do. I want to see the
Enjoyment.
bits. I want to see.
You wanna see the
I want to
bits,
see
and that
normal
tracks.
people being hilarious and being creative and just being like
What else do you
and
see?
rising, huh?
What else is on your For You page? Is it just
Oh,
like,
my TikTok is filled. My For You page is filled right now with the I don't even know the song, which is terrible. I should learn names and stuff like that. But where they put the camera under the thing and they pick up
Oh,
their
yeah.
pet and spin around,
Love
and then
those.
you see the faces of the pet going.
these cutie little dogs. They're like, oh.
But
Is this what
people,
we're doing?
Yes, it was mostly cats and dogs at 1st, but then I got deep into the trend, and my favorite is the goat.
I'm sorry.
Did I say that? Of course I did. Of course I did. Hold on.
The goat. So
It's-
someone on the farm was like, oh, this might be good with little Billy goat here.
But look at its face. Look at its face.
Look at him. Is he happy?
See, I know. I know that's where it's a fine line that we're walking because it's adorable, but also are we just traumatizing these poor animals?
Like, are we like they trust us so much, but like I know nothing about goats. Do they? Like, do goats
Look,
trust us? To,
look
like,
at this.
Oh my god!
Look at him. He's just like, Mom, why are we doing this? And then, of course, the sound of like goats actually sound like screaming children.
Which is so funny to me. Which like I didn't know was real until the Taylor Swift, remember?
No.
Oh my God,
Taylor
oh my God,
Swift
oh my
what?
God, oh my God, oh my God. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Trouble.
Oh, trouble. I do remember.
I watched that video over and over, and I think that's when I discovered what goats were. Like,
I didn't know goats existed.
I didn't know they could like scream. You know what I mean? I had no idea.
Yeah.
But hey,
Are you a Swiftie?
I am a Swiftie. Are you a Swiftie?
I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
So I consider. Okay, listen. before you come at me, Swifties, because I know you're an intense bunch.
Swifties immediately assemble.
Yeah.
What is she about to say?
Glitter guns intact. Okay. I am a fan and I respect Taylor Swift as an artist, but I know very little about her life and outside of her like really big hits too.
Okay.
Because in the piano bars she gets requested all the time, but really only her like big hits. So I learn her songs when they are requested.
Yeah.
But as far as that, outside of that, anything I learn from her is like TikTok, and I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie because of that. Because I know being a Swiftie means something, you know, like it means that you're in it.
There's different levels of being a Swiftie. There has to be.
Is there?
There has to be. And I'm going to set the law on that, yeah. Because I love Taylor Swift. I've always loved Taylor Swift. I never wavered when there was the whole period of like, da-da-da-da. Always loved her. That's why I consider myself a Swiftie. However, I've never listened to Folklore. I've never listened to Evermore. So there's going to be some Swifties out there who are literally gasping right now. I can literally hear you. But that doesn't mean I love her any less. Are those albums?
Are those the name of her albums?
Yes.
Okay.
She came out with 2 albums during COVID that were like not about her life per se. She says they're more like she wrote them as fantasy. She wrote them as fiction.
Again, as an artist and as a songwriter, I respect the hell out of her because I love that she puts her life into her songs. She's very creative, like in the sense of she has a writing team, but she does most of the work. She does the bulk of the work. She is a songwriter, and I love that.
Yeah.
So I respect
you're a fan.
her.
You're a fan of Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But if someone is doing trivia, you may not get 10 out of 10.
I'm even careful of saying I'm a fan because I know people who are fans of a specific band. I only know her basic songs. So does that categorize me as a fan?
I think so. Maybe I have a loose version of what a fan is, but like.
Okay. Well, I did see this male comedian on TikTok. I've started saying male in front of things.
Okay.
To let people
Just
see
already
how
have an
dumb
opinion.
it sounds when you say it. You know, like, oh, female comedian. Oh, I heard this male comedian the other day.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but he is a clown. But he said something so outrageous, and it's all over TikTok right now, or maybe it was Instagram.
What did he say?
Anyway, he said that he saw Taylor Swift, and he said it was an amazing show, and he loved it. And the only artist that could come that could be equal to Taylor Swift is Michael Jackson.
What? The only artist that could be equal to
Like compared, like a comparison.
Really?
Yeah. And I went,
Who said that?
I don't know. I liked the video of a stitch, so I probably could find it real quick. But it's just like, how dare you?
What?
How dare you?
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm sorry. They're not even on the same level. Like
No.
she's a millionaire,
completely different.
and I respect like Michael Jackson, the dancing, the songwriting, number one hit after number one hit after number one hit after number one hit, and decades of albums, decades and since he was a small child, and dealing and like we're also just talking about him as an artist, not as a person. The man was highly traumatized and had a lot of problems, but we're talking about it as an artist. You said Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, same? Babe.
I would say you can't even compare them. Like, I would say it's not even fair to compare them because they're completely different. That's what I would say. Just like I can't say I love Beyonce. I would never put her in the
I would
same
put Beyonce
category.
more
Than
next
Taylor
to more next to Michael Jackson than Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Maybe Maybe I'm wrong. I don't believe I am, but maybe I am.
Well, you just said your reasoning was because Michael Jackson has number one after number one after number one, which is the same as Taylor Swift. Over decades, which is the same as Taylor Swift.
See, I don't know that because I only know probably like 4 of her big hits. Number one hits? Like all over the world?
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Oh, man. Does she
Like,
dance?
Yes.
She's
For 3 hours.
She dance?
Yeah. So reasonings, I'd be like, everything you're saying, I'm like seeing this. They are very similar. But again, I wouldn't compare the two. I wouldn't be like.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm on the, it's a different,
Because all these eras, for this generation right now is changing their, like every era that she's been through for them are like the same impact as what it was for Michael Jackson. So I'm like, okay, I get it.
I don't.
And then Beyonce.
See, that's the thing. Maybe it's because I'm thinking about like performance wise and just in general and all the dancing and just like the showmanship. I've seen videos of Taylor Swift and I think it's very blah. Mad respect.
Yeah.
And she's a gazillionaire and I am not. So obviously she's doing something right above what I'm doing. So it's not a comment on me or like anything like that. But I see Beyonce and she's like she's here, she's like fucking like doing splits and blah, 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 and all that stuff and I'm like that Michael Jackson did that. I just feel like they're more same plane.
They're more okay.
Gonna get completely destroyed for this.
I think I think you need a little more, and then you would have a case. Because I saw Taylor Swift's 3-hour show, and she was phenomenal. She sang. She danced. Your take is dancing now. Now you just did your take was dancing. She danced the shit out of that show.
Danced?
But then I saw Beyonce's show, and I was like, holy shit. Like, she was amazing as well. So I was like, but again, I couldn't compare them. Like, Beyonce is Beyonce. She's a legend. She's an icon. Taylor Swift is a legend. She's an icon. Michael Jackson is a legend.
Maybe that's why
I could not compare. Like, as easy as it is for you to even compare Beyonce and Michael Jackson, I can't even do that. Like,
maybe that's why that's
epic in their ways. Like,
that's
she's
the wrong
alien superstar is Beyonce. Taylor Swift is songwriting, blonde hair, going through all of my feels in high school. She captured that more than any other artist.
The idea of comparing people to others, I think that might be the wrong thing to ever do when it comes to artists just in general. Why are we comparing another artist to anything? To another artist?
I agree. Because they just mean so much as their own,
And they should be.
Like Beyonce, speaking of Beyonce's birthday, like she means the world to me. Obviously, I don't know her at all. But she means the absolute world to me in one specific way. Taylor Swift means the world to me in a completely different way. Like, I can't even begin to compare them, like, truly. To me, it's like they're both completely separate, meaningful powers in my life that I need. I need both of them. I cannot live in a world where they both are not there. Period.
And I love their music.
There you go. There you go.
I don't care about anybody that much. I don't think I even care about my own family that much.
Okay. And that's fair. I just feel like it gives like a little.
Is it fair? Because I feel like I'm a minority, babe. I feel like they have taken over the world, and people just are like over the moon about them.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just empowering the strength and power
I do love
that they
it.
give.
I do love that.
They're unapologetic in their own ways, which lets other people show themselves, which is kind of the whole purpose of our show too, of like, be yourself, be as much as possible in whatever way you want. Like, we're providing that space for you to showcase and be exactly who you want to be.
Speaking of texts, I think we were going to read one before this episode is over, and I really, really love this. I'm going to let you read it though, since is that okay with you?
Oh yeah.
I'm not a great reader. I get nervous about reading out loud. So there you go.
Oh, Okay. My whole damn life, I've been told to shut the fuck up, be less intense, the whole fucking jam. So now in my 40s, I'm out here single, child-free, burning down generational trauma and throwing the mids up at the patriarchy.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, and having an abortion. They hate that shit too, as we should, proudly. I also wanted to connect with you because I have a top 5% podcast called The Empowered Millennials with global reach in over 15 countries and would love to have you both on as a guest.
Ooh.
I would have emailed this, but I'm an elder millennial and I couldn't find it. Let me know. And at the very least, love your message and think you're both fucking rad. Angela Gentile. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angela Queen.
Go check out her podcast, everybody. That
I
sounds
love it. I feel like
Empowered
I would
Millennials.
love it.
Are you technically a millennial?
Yes, I think I'm a millennial.
Because you're younger than me,
I'm on the
and I'm
cusp.
on the cusp. I thought I was on the cusp.
Oh, then am I Gen Z?
No, I'm on the cusp of I'm an elder millennial.
Elder millennial. Okay. Then I'm.
So you're
I think I'm
probably-
cuspy. I think I'm millennial Gen Z because when I hang out with true Gen Z, I'm like, oh shit, yeah. But then,
Well, I always
But then-
this is a curse, I think, of the elder millennial, is that I'm hanging out with young people and I'm like, we're the same age, right?
Yeah.
We're like totally the same age.
feel
And then
that.
they tell me they're in their mid-20s and I'm like, we're not.
there is, and we're missing that.
Damn it. How did I get that so wrong? So, but good.
I'm a cusper.
That's very interesting. Okay, so she's in her 40s. She's
Queen.
single.
Queen.
And I love that she used the term child-free instead of
right.
childless.
Yeah.
We got to get on that, babes. We got to get on that.
I never even
It's
thought of
not
that.
childless, it's child-free. And it's beautiful and so okay.
Yes.
And it's a life. And it's a good life too. It's a lovely life. But I love this. Burning down generational trauma and
Hell
throwing
yeah.
the mids up at the patriarchy.
What are the mids? Is that to millennial? What are the mid? Like the middle finger?
I think it's the
Got
middle
it.
finger.
It was a hip way to say middle finger. Cool.
It
And I'm
is a
back.
hip way. I've never
I'm-
heard that.
and I'm back.
Throwing the mids up at
Throwing
the
the
patriarchy.
mids up at the patriarchy. I love it. I would also love your podcast. Can't wait to be on it. Can't wait.
The patriarchy is funky, man.
That's right.
It's so ingrained in our society that it is harmful on all sides. It's even, and this is what I try to get across and when I do stand up and stuff like that. The patriarchy is also harmful to men.
Yeah.
It's not just harmful to women. It's putting men in a box as well of you can't show feminine attributes. You can't cry. You can't be soft. You can't be all these things that are supposedly feminine. Who said they were feminine? Men. And
Right.
the patriarchy
Right.
of trying to control the masses and put us in little boxes and stuff like that. I was watching this movie, The Basis of Sex, about Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
Okay.
and it's fascinating the way that she got into her big case with trying to unveil how many laws were so against women, and it was just the natural order of things. So, but all of the judges were men, and most lawyers were men, and society was just not there yet for it. So her big job was to get in there and try to take these laws down one by one and showing how ridiculous and out of date they are and they don't make sense. The only way she could do it, the very first, was a tax law that dealt with caregivers, and it was not beneficial for a man. A man claimed that he was a caregiver for his mother, and the law said it could only be women. So the only way she could start opening this conversation was
to
the
help
fact that
men.
it was
helping
against a man.
Oh.
And she did it.
Yes,
she
she
did
did.
it, and
But
she
she's Ruth.
created a whole nother generation that's doing it even more.
RBG.
And here we are I'm not fighting any laws, but, you know, I'm trying to take the patriarchy 1 minute at a time, babe. You know?
1 minute at a time. It's
love it.
inspiring.
I love that. That's so good. All
That's
right.
good. But
Well-
she seems like she seems like she doesn't need help from us. She seems like she knows what's
It's,
going on.
yeah, it's it.
Angela's like, I'm doing good. I'm living my best life. I'm being as loud as possible. I'm defying everything that used to
Taking up
happen to
all
me.
the space.
Yeah, taking up all the space. Like, I'm excited to look into your podcast. Thank you for calling. Thank you for texting. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
And seeing that in us too. We love you.
And we want more. We want more texts, more calls
Yes,
from you.
please.
We
Call
really
in.
love it when you do
It could
it.
be anything. It could be anything. You could talk to us about anything. All topics are on the table.
Yep.
We just want to hear from you and have you be a part of our show. We love you very much.
Say it back.
If I